Hey guys, Sheila here with Writing Your First Book. If this is the first time you've ever been here, I say welcome. If you are a subscriber, I say welcome back. Every Wednesday and Friday, I put out videos with content about writing books, self-publishing, encouragement, motivation, inspiration, just helping people to realize their potential and then to take action. But every Wednesday and Friday now for probably about 5 or 6 months now, I've been reading out of my books. We are going to read the last chapter today, guys. The last chapter of my first book, Life After the Mistake. You can find this book on Amazon. It is ebook, paperback. This is $14.99. The ebook is $9.99. You will find them on Amazon. But also, since this is a writing channel as well, Writing Your First Book, this was my first book, and I try to share everything that I learned, everything that I was taught over the last 2 years. But this is also a project that I've been working on. This is a devotional that I wrote, How to Be Prosperous. And my plan is to have 12 of these. If you've followed me any at all, watched any of my videos, you know that I'm planning on having 12 of these devotionals. I'm hoping within a couple of years, but the rate things are going, I don't know, because I've got some other things brewing on the stove, so to speak. Like this summer, I'm planning on getting this book revised. You need to go back and watch some of my other videos and find out why I am revising this book. It's not really that the book needs to be revised, but in order for me to take it down and put it back up with my own ISBN number, there's a reason behind that. Go watch some other videos and you'll find out. Or better yet, go to Amazon. Guys, tomorrow, the book that I just published in ebook form, it's a little short read, is going on sale tomorrow on Amazon. It's How to Be a Writer, and the B is B-E-E, Sheila Texter. And tomorrow it is going on sale for $1.99, an ebook. Download it just like that. It is so loaded with so much information, guys. It will help you. I wish that I could have found a book like that before I started doing my writing. I did find some books, but they all, to me, didn't have all of that information. I had to buy 3 or 4 books to get that information. I had to binge watch YouTube, for the last 2 years, and other authors that I've been following, and self-publishing authors. I had to binge watch their shows to learn what I learned. So guys, starting tomorrow, that little book will be on sale. It's ebook form for $1.99 for 3 days. And then after about 3.5 days, I think it'll go to $3.99, and then on the 7th day it will go back to $5.99. So guys, if you're watching this today, I encourage you, if you want to learn how things that is going to help you along your journey, if you're just starting out, if you're writing your first book, that this little book will help you tremendously. It really will. Before we go any further, I'm asking you to subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, comment on it. Help me get this content out there, guys. But before I read today, I want to give a shout out to M.K. Williams, and she is a self-publishing author. She has her YouTube channel called M.K. Williams. I've been binge watching her channel for probably a couple of years, and also Dale with self-publishing. You've probably heard me mention them several times on my channel, and I probably will continue to mention them because they are where I want to be. I've wrote 2 books, and they're paperback books. I have published an ebook, and I've got a second book already written that has been sent to my proofreader / editor, that she's not started on it yet because she's working on some calendars for me right now. But as soon as she can start working on my other devotional and I can get her paid, we're going to get that on Amazon. But anyway, guys, I am just so excited about this journey. But MK Williams did a shout out to me today, and I'm so excited about that. You know, I heard and watched YouTube's channels telling me that you got to connect. You know, you got to reach out. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to comment. You got to message them. You got to email them. Put yourself in their presence, you know, and make, you know, and also help them as they can help you, you know, and that's what it's all about. We can help one another and push each other toward our goals. But today I am reading the last chapter in my book. And after this week, then I can start, then I'm going to start doing some deep diving and just writing your first book, you know, from your hook to your picture to your cover to just different things, show and don't tell. I just want to share some of those things that I learned when I first started out. But also on Fridays, I have been reading out of this on Fridays, and we don't got but a few more days. Like this is day 27 and there's only 31 days, so about 3 more weeks we should be through with this. But I do want to say, while I'm talking about this, normally on Fridays I read out of my Be Devotional, and Fridays is more like of a coaching, inspirational, motivational content day where I just try to encourage people. Whether you're writing a book, whether you're writing a song, whether you're trying to be a professional musician, a YouTuber, whatever it is, I want to encourage you to believe in yourself, to find that sweet spot, and then to act on it, guys. I mean, one of my favorite all-time quotes that I stood on over 2.5, 3 years ago, and I still stand on it today. And it's by Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You know, the time's going to pass anyway. We don't keep waiting. Start today. Start today. So guys, we're going to get in here and read this. But also, what I was fixing to say is I won't be here Friday. We are going out of town again. Now, if it works out, I may do a video. I'm not sure. I may do something on my phone and download it to the YouTube. But I'm just going to kind of be out of pocket for a couple of days. And so I don't know whether I'll be here Friday or not. But if not, I will be back next Wednesday with a new video about publishing, writing your first book, and all the little tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. But chapter 11, the last chapter. Yay. No, hold on. Let me see. I think it is. Yeah. It is the last chapter. All right, the last chapter is called The Move. Now, Genesis 12:1. I always put a scripture at the front of each chapter in this particular book. Now the Lord had said unto Abraham, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. So basically, the Lord told Abraham, move, go to a place. That's a whole message right there. I mean, we won't go into that. Maybe we might talk about that sometimes on Friday on my motivational day and inspirational day and coaching day. Okay. Chapter 11, The Move. We still lived in our former house when we started the work in Blytheville. We rented from our pastor at the time. We loved where we lived. It was a big house out in the country. The drive to our new church was roughly 30 minutes, and we desired to move into the city where we started our church. A lot of our free time was spent looking for just the right place. So from February to November 2018, we continued to drive back and forth. Winter was closing in on us, and the desire to get moved pushed us forward. And while I was heading up the ladies' retreat, my phone buzzed with a notification. The picture text from my husband showed a key with a message. I found a house. I tried not to overreact about this decision. This that this decision that was made without me, but it had my mind running in circles. One of the reasons we were trying to move before winter was because we burned wood for heat. We love the wood heat because the electric bill was never high, but we all know what a chore it is messing with wood. Quite a bit of repairs needed to be done to the older place. It just made sense to move soon. This house is too little, I told my husband. We were living in a 12-room house. How could we move into a 4-room house? But my husband had been praying about the move. He gave the Lord a certain amount that we could pay for rent. The house he found was exactly the amount that he had brought to God. The rent in this city was high compared to where we were. I have to tell you, this little house could have gotten the owner $500 per month. Easy. The house belonged to a friend of my son-in-law's. They were in the middle of remodeling and were living out of town, and their goal was to sell it. We had met them a few times. We knew that God had let us find favor in their eyes. My husband asked the Lord to provide us a home for only $250 per month. What a miracle, huh? This ask was almost impossible, but nothing is impossible for God. You guessed it, we got it for that. Packing up and storing lots of stuff was definitely not my cup of tea. Our time to live there was only temporary. We'd still look for a bigger house at the right cost, but this little house got us close to our church before winter. The reason I tell this story about the move, the house, the amount, is because all these events were leading us to our destiny. God is in every detail, weaving provision and blessings in every step. In March of 2019, I was offered a little painting project. I entered the house that needed painting and just said to the Lord, "This is the perfect house. Not too big, not too little." Our former house in the country had 2 huge bathrooms. For many months, my request to the Lord was something smaller than the house in the country, yet still with 2 bathrooms. The house was being remodeled for the man's brother. Just that Sunday, though, my daughter's husband preached a message called Building Your Nursery. He brought the message about the Shemonite woman who had a room built for the man of God. She didn't realize that she was building a nursery. She was simply making room for the man of God in her life. But in return, she would conceive, bringing forth a son. Sometimes in our sacrifices of money and times that we are sowing, sometimes in our sacrifices of money and time, we are sowing into a harvest. As I painted the walls, my mind said, "This is the perfect house." It was a great location and surrounded by a great neighborhood. I text my husband this message: "I am painting my nursery." He knew what I meant. But the owner of their house was set on renting it to his brother. After about a month, my husband stopped by to talk to the owner. He was also a good friend of my husband. Again, the answer was no. His brother was still moving in. At the end of April, he texted my husband and said he thinks his brother is moving out of state. For some reason, I knew, even when I was painting, it was going to be ours. God knew the sacrifice we had made. He knew that my heart longed for something nice. Of course, the rent was higher. But let me tell you, though, when God has sent you to do a work, you step out on nothing. You leave all comfort and all sense of security. He will go before you, even in the smallest details. The house was offered to us with $100 taken off the rent, and God was going before us, paving the way in every area for this work He called us to. My greatest goal in writing this book is to speak to those visions in your life that lay dormant. Our journey continues even as I write this book. We're experiencing divine connections, favor from people that God has brought into our lives. And I believe there will be a next book. Because without a doubt, God is going to do more than our human minds can comprehend. The building that we are believing God for, the other books, the blog, the website, the other endeavors, they're on the horizon. I joined the Toastmasters Club after I started writing, and I've also earned a life coaching certificate. The life coaching path began to emerge through the writing of this book. My desire is to help fellow Christians see that failure is not final, that every bump in the road can be used as a stepping stone to take you higher. I will never stop reaching for the stars because the God of second chances never took my vision to see more for him away. He never took it away, guys. My blog is called Be Bible Smart, along with Be Devotionals. Please continue to follow us as we follow Christ into more new beginnings. Yay, guys. Yay, yay, yay. Now, there is some acknowledgments, and I don't know. I may read that. I may read that next week. I thought that maybe, we would be through with this, but I may go ahead and read the acknowledgments next week just to honor these people and to give you an idea of the people and things that God was doing for us to get this work started here in Blytheville, Arkansas. Since we came here, I've become an author, a life coach. I have this YouTube channel that I've been putting pretty much 2 videos every week for over a year now. I have missed some Fridays, and I've probably missed a couple of weeks because of vacations. But other than that, guys, I've been here. I've been dedicated. I've been devoted. I've been pouring out my heart to you. I don't claim to have a fancy channel. I don't claim to have anything fancy. Maybe in a year or two, maybe in a couple of years, I might have a fancy office, and have all that neat stuff and have someone editing my videos. I might even be editing them. But right now, you're just getting the real raw deal with no fluff and no editing, just me as it is. But guys, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. So subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, and don't forget to go check out the channels that I mentioned in this video. Because I'm telling you guys, if you're wanting to write a book, they are the people to follow. They're the people. They've got the information. They are where I want to be. And so I'm going to do everything I can to consume their content as much as possible. But anyway, if I don't see you Friday, I will see you next Wednesday, guys. I appreciate you. I love you. Y'all have a great day and have a great weekend. And oh yes, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there this coming weekend.